I've seen a lot in my time, folks. I've sat across from people battling demons you wouldn't believe, but nothing hits home harder than when addiction worms its way into your own family. I want to tell you about my nephew. Let's call him Michael. This kid was a firecracker, smart as a whip, with a grin that could melt an iceberg. He had dreams, big dreams. He was captain of his high school football team, an honor student, the kind of young man you just knew was going places. We were all so proud of him, expecting him to soar. He was the golden boy, full of life and promise, always ready with a helping hand or a good laugh. Then things started to change, subtly at first, like a shadow creeping in at dusk. Michael became withdrawn, quiet. His grades, once stellar, began to slip. He started making excuses for missing practices, for not showing up to family gatherings he used to love. When we'd ask what was wrong, he'd brush it off, say he was just tired or stressed from school. But there was a new look in his eyes, a flicker of something I couldn't quite place, something unsettling. That vibrant spark he always had began to dim, and a weariness settled over him that was far too heavy for his young shoulders. We tried to talk, but he was becoming a master of deflection. The changes became more alarming over time. The weight started to fall off him, and not in a healthy, athletic way. He looked gaunt. His temper became short, and he'd fly off the handle at the smallest thing, which was so unlike the easygoing Michael we knew. He started hanging out with a different crowd, kids who had a reputation for trouble. Money began to disappear from his mother's purse, and then his own belongings started vanishing, pawned for reasons he couldn't explain. We were worried sick, our conversations turning into hushed whispers, trying to figure out what was happening to our boy. The denial was strong, but the evidence was mounting. The day we found out it was methamphetamine, or meth, our world just shattered. It was like a punch to the gut, an icy wave of disbelief followed by a crushing weight of reality. This wasn't some abstract problem on a TV show. This was Michael, caught in the grip of one of the most destructive drugs out there. The discovery of the drug paraphernalia hidden in his room was a brutal confirmation of our worst fears. The shame, the anger, the profound sadness. It was overwhelming. We had to face the raw truth. The bright, promising young man we loved was being consumed by a monster, and a long, painful battle was just beginning for him and for all of us. Now let me tell you why a drug like meth is so incredibly dangerous and deceptive, especially for young people. It doesn't announce itself as a life ruiner. Oh no, it comes disguised as a friend. It whispers promises of instant energy, of feeling powerful and confident, of being able to stay up all night and conquer the world. For a kid who might be feeling insecure or pressured or just curious, that can sound pretty tempting, can't it? It offers a false sense of euphoria, a temporary escape from problems. But this initial rush is a cruel trick, a bait and switch of the highest order, designed to lure you into its deadly embrace before you even realize what's happening. Once meth gets its hooks into you, that initial fake confidence quickly morphs into something ugly. The user's personality undergoes a drastic, terrifying transformation. They become agitated, anxious, and intensely paranoid. They start seeing enemies everywhere, even in the faces of people who love them the most. My nephew Michael, who used to be so open and trusting, became suspicious of everyone. He'd accuse us of spying on him, of plotting against him. The drug literally changes brain chemistry, twisting thoughts and emotions, making rational conversation nearly impossible. The person they once were starts to disappear, replaced by a stranger fueled by fear and suspicion. Naturally, relationships begin to crumble under this onslaught. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and meth systematically destroys it. The user becomes secretive, manipulative, and prone to lying to cover up their use or to get money for more drugs. Friends and family who try to help are often met with hostility or denial. Michael pushed away his lifelong buddies, his girlfriend, and he built walls around himself that became almost impenetrable. The drug becomes the user's primary relationship, their master demanding all their attention and loyalty, leaving a trail of broken hearts and shattered connections in its wake. Ultimately, meth addiction means losing yourself. The individual's true hopes, dreams, talents and values get buried deeper and deeper under the weight of the addiction. Their entire existence starts to revolve around getting the drug, using the drug, and recovering from its effects, only to start the cycle all over again. Michael stopped caring about football, about his future, about his family. All that mattered was the meth. It's a profound theft of identity, a hijacking of the soul, leaving behind an empty, desperate shell where a vibrant, unique individual used to be. This is not an exaggeration. It is the grim reality of this devastating substance. Let's get brutally honest about what meth does to the human body, because it's not pretty. This isn't some harmless party favor. It's a poison that wages war from the inside out, and the physical devastation is shocking to witness. Users often experience rapid and extreme weight loss, leaving them looking skeletal and frail. Their skin can become a roadmap of sores and acne that never seem to heal properly. This is often because of obsessive picking, sometimes due to the hallucination of insects crawling under their skin, a common and terrifying side effect known as meth mites. It's a horrifying transformation to watch someone you love endure. And then there's the infamous meth mouth. This is not a myth. It's a devastatingly real consequence. The drug causes severe tooth decay, with teeth literally rotting from the gums, turning black, breaking and falling out. This is due to a combination of factors: the drug's acidic nature, dry mouth which reduces protective saliva, teeth grinding, and poor hygiene that often accompanies addiction. Imagine being young and losing your smile, your ability to eat properly, all because of this drug. The physical toll is a constant visible reminder of the poison coursing through the user's system, a stark warning sign of the internal destruction also taking place. While the external damage is horrific, what meth does to the inside of the body is just as, if not more, terrifying. It puts an enormous strain on the heart, leading to irregular heartbeats, heart attacks and strokes, even in young, otherwise healthy individuals. It damages the brain, sometimes permanently, affecting memory, judgment, coordination and the ability to learn. It can cause severe kidney and liver damage and lung problems from smoking it. Essentially, meth systematically attacks every vital organ, accelerating the aging process and dramatically shortening the user's lifespan. It's a full-blown assault on your physical well-being. Beyond the physical wreckage, the emotional and mental toll is catastrophic. Meth users are trapped in a violent cycle of intense, short-lived highs, followed by crushing, prolonged lows. This roller coaster leads to severe depression, overwhelming anxiety, and often full-blown psychosis. This can include terrifying hallucinations, both visual and auditory, and debilitating paranoia where they believe people are out to harm them. Michael experienced episodes where he was convinced shadowy figures were watching him. Joy is extinguished, replaced by a constant state of fear, agitation and profound despair, making life an unbearable torment. So what's the end game for someone caught in the grip of meth who doesn't get help? I'm going to be straight with you. The outlook is grim. Many users end up incarcerated, arrested for drug possession, theft or even violent crimes committed while high or desperate for drug money. The legal consequences can haunt them for the rest of their lives, making it hard to find jobs or housing. Others deteriorate to the point where they require institutionalization in mental health facilities because the drug has so severely damaged their minds. They become incapable of functioning in society, their brains ravaged by the chemical assault. And the most tragic outcome, one that families like mine live in constant fear of, is death. Overdoses are tragically common as users chase that initial high with increasingly larger, more dangerous doses. But death can also come from the cumulative physical damage, the heart attacks, the strokes, the organ failure I mentioned earlier. It's a premature end to a life that once held so much promise. These aren't just statistics. These are sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, friends whose potential is snuffed out by this insidious drug. The ripple effect on those left behind is a tsunami of grief and unanswered questions. The absolute best way to win the fight against meth is to never, ever let it into your life in the first place. Prevention is your ultimate superpower here. I need you to understand, deep in your core, that this drug is not a game, it's not a thrill, it's not a solution to anything. It is a one-way ticket to a world of pain and destruction. You have the power right now, today, to make choices that will protect your incredible future, your precious health, and your well-deserved happiness. Have the courage to say no. Walk away from anyone or any situation that pressures you to try it. Your life is far too valuable. I want you to hear me loud and clear. You're worth so much more than what meth offers. You have unique talents, dreams waiting to be realized, and a whole life of experiences ahead of you. Don't let any substance, especially one as vicious as meth, steal that from you. Build strong, healthy friendships. Find passions that make you feel alive and good about yourself without needing a chemical crutch. If you're struggling, if you're curious, if you're scared, talk to a trusted adult, a parent, a teacher, a counselor. Choose life, choose health, choose your future. Make that conscious decision every single day because you deserve a bright, fulfilling journey, not a descent into darkness.